Studio this morning, Congressman from Pennsylvania, Scott Perry. Good morning, Congressman.
Good morning. Good to see you.
You're okay with this weather?
It's more okay with this weather than last week's weather.
It finally
Absolutely.
made the big change,
Right,
yeah.
right.
Well, let's get right to it, okay? We're talking about the U.S.-Iran negotiations, these nuclear talks. Really historic in some sense that it's even come this far.
Right.
But they're talking about some major concessions that would have to be made with Iran. Where are you on this right now? What kind of deal would you be looking for?
Well, I'd like to see a treaty that goes constitutionally before the Senate, before the American people, and let them decide whether this is a good deal. I don't really think that. I think this is kind of too big for one person to say this is the best we can do and this is what we should be happy to expect. And we don't know a lot about it. Let's be clear. We don't know a lot about it. And that's okay because they have to negotiate kind of quietly behind closed doors. And I think most people get that. But what we do hear is this will literally allow Iran to get a nuclear weapon in 10 years. And that should be a concern. And I think it is a concern for most people. And we think, is that the best deal that we can get? Because we haven't come anything close to that ever before. The UN hasn't, the United States hasn't, the international community hasn't. So why is it okay now?
Are you scared it's another North Korea maybe in the making there?
Well, the same negotiators that negotiated the North Korean deal when we didn't want them to have nuclear weapons are negotiating this deal. And, of course, Iran is a much more of an irrational actor than North Korea is. So that's very concerning, having terrorists with intercontinental nuclear ballistic capability.
Well, no one wants that. But let's see how much of a role the Congress can have, I guess, too. Yeah. All right, we're going to move along now. Next topic. Do you have a government email account?
I do, absolutely.
Okay. What do you use it for?
I use it for all the official business, absolutely.
Okay. Well, the problem, of course, we're talking about, there's a scandal, some are calling it, with Hillary Clinton and her emails when she was Secretary of State. Now it's coming out that she did all her email on a private account. Where are you right now on where this stands and what she should do next?
Well, first of all, we got to wait to get all the facts, all right, before it passes judgment. This is America, so we get that. But what concerns me, I think, is, first of all, those are taxpayer-funded emails, and we have a right to know what they are, and not just at the Secretary's discretion. We want to know all of them to see what happened, what decisions were made, what kind of input was put into those.
Well, she says she's releasing 55,000 of them. Is that enough?
All of them belong to the taxpayer.
We don't know if it's all of them.
And the other thing is there seems to be a double standard where an IG inspection report forced literally the retirement of one of our ambassadors to Kenya. Had private email as opposed to his official email. He was fired for that or forced to resign for that. Yet the Secretary didn't have any problem with it and continued with the practice long into past his tenure. So it's two standards. We don't know if it was lawful or not. I don't know yet, so we have to wait to see what all the facts come out.
Well, hopefully learn more about that soon. We want to get to some Pennsylvania stuff here. I know it's not your legislature, but you do live here. You're a resident. What do you think of some of the big sweeping changes they're talking about? Increase in, of course, income tax, sales tax, but also trying to get down those property taxes and give more money to education.
Well, certainly every one of us in the mid-state, for sure, wants lower property taxes. You see, especially senior citizens driven out of their homes that they paid for but can't afford their property taxes. So definitely a problem. The question I have is the increase 20% on income tax, another 10% on sales tax, and then ancillary taxes on tobacco, et cetera. What is it going to solve? If we're going to just put more money into education, maybe education needs it, maybe a lot of things need it, but what is it going to solve, the increased taxes? Because increased taxes have other there are ramifications to that. Are we going to lose jobs and make Pennsylvania less competitive? So what's the value in that? I think everybody has to look at it in those terms.
All right, good questions that we had for you, but maybe some people have some questions out there for you. Where can they find you today?
I'll be in the district all day. As a matter of fact, have a town hall meeting in Adams County tonight, Heidlersburg, so we'll see you there.
I only got to 3 big questions. If you have more, there you go. And easy weather, no problems getting to the office.